Happy birthday to everyone turning 65 soon. You have an important decision regarding your Medicare coverage and enrolling at the right time. Medicare is confusing, and having the right information is important to making the correct decision. Visit t65.us to receive information on enrolling into Medicare. That's t65.us. My name is Peter Arona, a local agent in your area working to help you understand your Medicare options. Please visit t65.us to receive information on enrolling into Medicare.
If I traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. We're live in the room. We are also live on Facebook. So hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We'll share the show later on. My guest is now that's with me is Peter Arona, and he is the owner of ABCD Medicare. I want you to tell everybody, because right now Medicare is in the air, and you said it's in the air all the time. It's in the air big time right now. Welcome back to the show. Peter's been on my show for years. He's been on my television show, the YouTube. You can see us everywhere. And what I love about Peter the most is all the educational videos that you put up on Facebook. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what we're going to talk today about.
Hi, Carol. Thank you for having me back. It's always a pleasure to be here with you and your audience. Medicare's in the air. It's open enrollment started October 15th, which was Sunday. It was Sunday, right? This yesterday.
Yeah.
So
it's already.
Yeah, it's already. So we're overwhelmed with people dealing with customers, current customers, new people calling in general, right? Just finding out what's going on, doing events. We have a ton of events planned throughout this open enrollment period, just being active in the community in different ways, like being on the radio. We had an event this morning with Devoted Health, which is an insurance company. We helped have a formal presentation with them. We're going to be in stores. We're going to be all over the place.
So, and you know what else? He's got some new stuff. I forgot my hat. I'm so sorry.
Forgot my hat as well.
But he's going to come back. But we have something new that he's given away here, and we've got this little bracelet. If everybody can see it on Facebook, and it says ABCD Medicare, and it's in his colors. I love my bracelet.
Yep.
Looks really
Gotta
good
get
with
your
the
bracelet.
Apple Watch. Really, it dressed my watch up perfectly.
It finished you off.
It did. So I want you to tell everybody first, number one, before you tell the story, because I always talk about how you're trilingual.
Correct.
So let's talk about how you're trilingual.
So the trilingual part is we speak English, right? Hablo español, speak Spanish. And then we obviously speak Medicare, which is a completely foreign language to a lot of people. Even when you think you understand it, you're completely confused in the alphabet soup of what's thrown out there to everybody. And so our job is to educate people on how it works, because it's a confusing part. Even if you're already in Medicare, people don't completely grasp it. They're on a good plan maybe, and they're happy with that plan, but there's always changes happening within those plans, whether that's your drug formulary or it's doctors out of network or maybe a copay or something's changed. We're always trying to help people understand what's going on, what's the best plan. We look at it from our client's perspective. We work in their favor always. Although we're paid by the insurance carriers, we work in their favor. We don't promote one carrier over another carrier. It's really the fit of that person. Everyone's different. You maybe have a spouse or be living with somebody, and they may be on one plan. That doesn't mean that plan is the right plan for you, because you may have different needs than that person or your neighbor. That's a common question. Hey, my neighbor has. Yeah. Is it a good plan? And it's a hard question, because we don't know enough about that person to determine whether that plan is going to work for them, right? So we do a deep analysis on people's needs, and we show them multiple plans. We're contracted. I think we contracted with 12, 13 carriers in the area, plus we've got multiple states that we're contracted with. And so, we're representing over 130, 50 plans at any time in different states. So, we can't just say this plan's the one that's the right one, or this is the one that's going to work the right one for you this year. That's too general of a statement. We throw darts at people, and we try to figure out what's the right plan for them.
Absolutely. Let me tell you about Peter. Okay. Peter goes the extra mile, and that we're going to talk a little bit about a story that you have.
So I got to interrupt you.
What?
Because now we have to just say disclaimers when we're on the air or if we advertise.
What's your disclaimer?
We got to tell people that we don't work for the government.
Right.
We don't carry all the plans in the area, although we represent 13 plus plans, right? If you want to know all your information, you got to go to 1-800-MEDICARE, Medicare.gov, to find out all the plans that are available in the area. But we do a pretty good job representing a lot of the plans. We don't do all the plans. Just impossible to carry every plan. Some
Right.
plans don't want contract with agents and brokers. Some plans are very low rated, and we don't want to contract with them. So,
It's interesting because with Medicare, people, you want to go to somebody that you can count on here locally. It is a free service to you, the families out there. The fact that he is trilingual, which is English, Spanish, and Medicare. But there's a lot of times that people that are they speak a different language and they want to be able to hear that in their tongue because they can understand it better than anybody else that can explain it, because you really you speak their language, and it's important when somebody's from another country.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll take it a little further. I was speaking to the radio show owner. What's his name?
Bill.
Bill, I met him in the lobby. Sorry, Bill, I forgot your name. But, we were talking about how complicated it is and how inundated our senior population is with phone calls and advertisements. And who do you know to go to? Who do you trust? And if you return a phone call, if you ever did return a phone call, then you're inundated with more information, more phone calls, more stuff, because you accidentally signed up to receive all those phone calls because you returned a phone call or you answered the phone, right? The most important thing someone can do is to work with somebody they know in their local market that is a live person that they're going to be able to get in contact with before, during, and after the enrollment.
I agree.
Right. So regardless of where you live in a small town in Arizona somewhere, Gila Bend, or wherever that's at, find somebody who knows that market and which plan is going to be the right one for you. For
Call
me,
Peter.
Yeah. Well, I can help in Arizona, right? I have other agents that are in the outskirts of different areas, right? So you want to work with someone like myself who's going to be accountable for enrolling you into the plan and helping you get service throughout that while you're on that plan.
Because I know for sure they're going to have questions.
Absolutely.
And those questions, when you don't have somebody that's local here, believe me, you'll be sorry. So call Peter. His phone number is 602-770-9062. His website is abcdmedicare.com. I want you to tell your story. I know we're talking around a lot of other things, but it's important. I know to try and get it in all at one time, it's really hard. But your story, because when you hear this story that Peter's going to say, you're going to hear what makes Peter so different. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, through a referral, through one of my customers that I currently have as a client member, whatever you want, member, I guess client, she called me saying, hey, I was referred to you to help me, and I don't know what's going on with my Medicare, but it's not right. I can't figure it out. So I went to her home. We set up an appointment, did it all legally and officially, got the things corrected and documented. And so we met with her and tried to figure out what was going on. And so, you never hear the full story until you start asking questions, and then you start digging deeper, and then the onion starts unraveling, right? Start pulling back the onion a little bit. When it's so to speak that somebody called her up, she turned 65 a few months ago, and they just enrolled her into Medicare, and she didn't know what was going on, right? So she thought she had a plan. She called the insurance company. The insurance company wouldn't respond to her. All kinds of things are happening. So things didn't just look right. So we started digging into it a little bit further, asking more and more questions. How she came to the United States, how did she earn her credits for Medicare? You have to have 40 credit hours or 10 years of work history to get in Social Security. You have to have, so much a legal resident in the United States for 5 years, things like that. And still, after trying to figure all that out, Social Security was saying that she has her card, but something was wrong with the card. It wasn't being activated, so no one could enroll her into a plan. So I went down with her. I said, hey, meet me on Monday at the Social Security office. We're going to dig into this. I'm interested to learn what's going on.
That's what's cool about him.
Maybe
he meets
I'll
her
learn.
Down at the Social Security office. How many people on television that you call are going to do that?
Yeah. So
Joe Namath won't.
Yeah, he won't do it, right? So we went down there. We were there at 7:30 in the morning in line. She was in line. I met with her, brought her some coffee while we waited in line. Got into the office about 2 hours later after sitting there and waiting. We got in to meet with somebody, and meeting with the person from Social Security. I was a very, very knowledgeable gentleman, but he himself couldn't figure it out. So I had to ask him probably 10 different ways why her card's not working, why it couldn't. And so eventually he called someone from another office next to him, a cubicle, and they said, hey, try this, try that. It happened to be that she had a card when she first came into the United States on a work visa. It was kind of like a temporary Social Security card that wasn't made permanent. So although she had the work history, although she had the hours in time in, right, everything that you needed to qualify through Social Security, she's here legally, everything is right. A little lever inside the Social Security Department that said your Social Security is now permanent, not temporary, was not allowing her Medicare to go active. But I had to continue to ask and continue to drive and continue to solve that problem for her.
And she probably adored you when she did that.
She gave me a hug. And just, it was a very, very good moment for her.
Absolutely,
right?
not only for her, but for you, because you helped somebody who was in need, and that is what you are all about.
Absolutely.
You should check him out on Facebook, all of his fabulous videos that he has. It's all about really educating you. We have less than a minute. Finish up what you want to say so that we can tell everybody your information.
So although we're peddling Medicare Advantage plans and prescription drug plans and Medicare supplement plans, and we're salespeople, right? We want to sell. It really comes down to helping our people. So if you need help, or you think you have a special case, or if you want attention like we gave to the lady, give me a call, 602-770-9062. I'll let you finish.
Check him out. It is ABCDmedicare.com. He's fantastic.